Alright, well, this summer I spent pretty much from July. We went to the John Day and spent a week. And then I came here to my parents' property in Idaho. And I've spent pretty much the whole summer here. I did have to leave every 2 weeks for treatment, but this was a good place to recover. I have just been building roads. I have been exploring, trying to find old growth. Now it's the end of the summer. It's October 15th. Probably gonna leave tomorrow. It's starting to get cold. The trees are changing colors. Today, what I would like to do is show you what some of the stuff I've been working on, and but right now, so I've been looking for big trees. I've been driving all over the place, but little did I know, right here in camp there were some surprises. Right by my parents' property, they have kind of this valley, this thin slice through the valley that goes up quite a ways. So I'm going to show you what I've been working on. Alright, we're going to go look at the first tree.
Inside the trailer. That other big tree popped right out of it.
So this is a pine. I've never, look at the size of it. It's like 3 feet or what? Flattest point, which isn't necessarily this angle. So now that I'm done showing you some of the trees I saw just around here, Now I'll show you the road I built. We have to walk up to this side by side though, it's up here. Okay, I'm gonna drive around a little bit. This is the trail I've been working on to get to the back part of the property. So the creek is right here and there's quite a bit of a drop off. So the road's gonna have to come in through here and maybe down this way. I'm not quite sure yet, but for sure this area needs to get cleaned up because there's a lot of deadfall. So I figure I'm about halfway here from the road out. So it's a long ways to go. You can see how far we've come from the road. There's also a flat spot over there I wouldn't mind checking out. And but yeah, the river kind of turns through here and a lot of trees back there. But we're gonna go check out another thing I was working on and I'll show you how far I've gotten. Basically, it takes off from this area here and goes back to camp along the river. River, I should say creek. Creek. So it needs a little more clearing. It's a little complicated backing out of here. So I'll probably finish the trail at some point, but it goes that way. Right now it's just for footpath. I don't know if I'll change that. I'm not doing very good today with my driving. I think I need new GoPro batteries. Have to put some rocks down there so that it doesn't erode more. So that was the trail we went down. Now we're gonna go back to camp, and then we're gonna go up the road that goes into the National Forest. I'll show you. What are you doing? Alright, we're gonna go up the road. So this road goes up to an old mine. You can see we were just down there, or the road I built, or some of that was already built, but I've definitely spent a lot of time in there clearing it out with all the dead stuff. You can still see there's stacks of stuff down there I still need to get to. It's starting to rot now though, so. That's another big pile. And then there's another big pile in the middle there that I need to get. It's just never ending. And then where I showed you where I'm building that trail, I made it out to that point there. And then that's where all the trees are down there. I don't know. Some big down trees. I mean, they're massive. That's going to be a lot of work. But somewhere in here it ends. I don't know, somewhere up here. Now, I have found some bigger trees, and I suspect there's old growth, but there's really not any big trees along this road, except for a couple, and I will show you. So this is the area here where I think there's old growth out that way and up this hill. Up this hill, there's some big trees. I just have to start exploring off-road. I've explored this road quite a bit. See those logs? Remnants of something. They're not burnt. There's another big one in there. So for sure they're around. When you start seeing crap like that, you know they're around. Look at all those. That's a decent sized tree. But again, next to the road, there's just not too many. Look at those trees up there hanging above. That road pretty much just ends right there, so. Several mining claims up here that people are still working. This is another spot where I think there's some old growth up there. There's some big trees. There's that one right there is pretty fucking huge. I haven't walked up there yet, but I will. Oh, that's a big tree right there. I want to say there was another one in here somewhere. One bigger than that. really pretty area here. Yeah, it's just really pretty out here. The trees aren't necessarily huge, but they're around. The road goes to an old mining operation that used to exist up on the hillside. We're gonna go until about the point at which the road starts to climb, and that's kind of where it becomes more of a walking trail than anything you can access on a side by side. And I think maybe you should stay that way. Actually, so overgrown. Yeah, this is old mining road out here, going to a big mine, and then there's, of course, some placer mines along the creek here. I think there's some big trees on the other side there. There's one right there. You can kind of tell because their crown, if you look at their crown, and you can kind of tell how big it is, which that's the hardest part. How big is the crown? It's hard to see. And sometimes they fool you. Sometimes they don't have a big crown, but they're still a big tree. So, pretty interesting. I have to be back by 5:45 for dinner. It's 5:30. I won't record going back, but I will go to the end of this road here where I'm saying that it stops. It goes through the creek and then it starts to climb the hill, and I think it levels out again. It's not really it's not really been cleared out. It hasn't been maintained, so it would scratch the hell out of the side by side, and apparently it gets bad enough to where not even a side by side, a four-wheeler, maybe a motorcycle, but it's really a footpath. So I think we're going to leave it that way. I don't mind that the road is mostly cleared and maintained at this point. I'm sure the Forest Service doesn't like it, but if there's ever a fire, they may need access. You can't really hear the road from here. We're probably a mile and a half up or more, 2 miles. I've never, it's probably more than 2 miles, probably. But you can't really hear the road from here, so I come out here just to hang out sometimes, and it's very peaceful. If you get away from the river far enough and you come out here and you're not close to the river or the creek, I can hear it right now. But you can literally hear your stomach. That's how quiet it is out here sometimes. Is you'll hear, like, you'll be like, what is that? Like, it sounds like a growl, and you'll realize it's your stomach. Like, I've never heard my stomach be so loud before, but it can be so quiet in places that you could literally, your stomach it's alarming how noisy it is. And they have this place that's underground, and it's got all this sound deadening, and because it's so far underground and all the sound deadening, it's supposed to be the quietest place, and they use it for research and whatever. But people who go down there, they claim that that's one of the biggest things they noticed, is they didn't realize how loud their stomach was. It is a noisy piece of machinery. But that tree is pretty big right there. I haven't walked over there yet. I can kind of see it through. Sometimes it's hard to see until you walk right up to them. But that's a game trail, and it's starting to be tick season again, I think. I haven't had too many. After the tick, after some of the ticks I've had, I don't even care about ticks anymore. You know, you just pull them out. Don't worry about it. If the head's not there, it'll probably come out. But you want to get them out as soon as possible. We don't have Lyme disease here, but they do transmit bloodborne diseases, so it is something to worry about, I guess. But it's I've just most of the Lyme disease is on the East Coast, like the Northeast. All right, we're gonna go up the road. So there are some big trees to my left here, and I think there's some out here too, but there's some decent sized ones that I can see, but I know there's something hidden, but we'll have to find it later. Ran out of year. You can see that we are about to climb into that valley, so we're gonna actually turn around here. There's a low water crossing. There's a place to turn around on the other side, so let's get turned around. So now we go back